Hello there and welcome. The Ministry of Defense is government agency responsible for the coordination and supervision of armed forces consisting of the Army, Air Force and Navy, and equally performs other functions of states concerning national security and defense. The ministry, headed by the Minister of Defense, plays a crucial role in protecting Nigeria's sovereignty, territorial integrity and national interests, such as external threats, internal security when called upon, and providing humanitarian assistance as well as disaster relief. With protracted Boko Haram insurgency, banditry, kidnappings among other criminal activities, the military is out of the barracks and engaged fully across the Federation in the quest for restoration of law and order. This is the assignment of the Ministry of Defense, whose mandate is number 2 on the list of 8 presidential priorities. The Honorable Minister of Defense, Muhammad Badaru Abubakar, is on Reshaping Democracy to respond to questions from Nigerians, especially from states with security challenges.
Honorable Minister, sir, Borno State has been ravaged by the Boko Haram insurgency for the last 15 years. Now that the insurgency has subsided and the Borno State government, in collaboration with the federal government and other agencies, is trying to take back the people to their ancestral homes, to possess their lands in order to produce their food, go to the rivers, fish in the lake, and go back to their animal husbandry. What are the plans you have to provide adequate security?
Well, thank you very much. The Ministry of Defense, as the ministry supervising the defense headquarters and the 3 services, have the role of making sure that the security situation in Nigeria is achieved and territorial integrity protected. We work hand in hand also with other security agencies to improve the security situation in Nigeria. Our main mandate is protecting the territorial integrity of Nigeria, but because of the numerous challenges that the country faces internally, the military have been deployed to also provide the services of internal security. And this we have been doing in conjunction with the police, with the civil defense, and other intelligence agencies as coordinated by the Office of the Security Advisor. One important aspect of achievement that we have initially is the appointment of the service chiefs and other security agencies leadership. The president takes his time to give us very good quality leadership in the security architecture. And for security to improve in any given country, you need to have joint efforts. A whole society approach has to be taken. And that is the initiative that we are taking as enshrined by the Renewed Hope Agenda. The jointness and the synergy among ourselves in defense industry and defense ministry, and also other agencies that are working hand in hand with us, like the police, the civil defense, Office of the National Security Advisor, like I said, and all other intelligence agencies. This jointness, this synergy has helped us achieve the successes that we have achieved today. And it has helped us achieve the deliverables that we mentioned that we are asked to achieve. For instance, through jointness, we were able to to reduce the incidences of security or security issues in the country dramatically. If you go to the northeast and you ask around the street, they will tell you within the last year, 1 year, the security situation has improved tremendously. And you are also from BU, you will be able to be our witness that the security situation has improved. And the same thing in the north central and northwest. We have seen massive operations that the military and the other security agencies are doing. That translated into neutralizing close to 9,500 terrorists and arresting about 7,000 terrorists. We also freed and rescued about 4,600 victims of kidnapping. And in the process, we were able to recover more than 4,800 arms and more than 83,000 ammunitions. And many, many others recoveries. And you have seen the unprecedented neutralization of bandit leaders, those commanders that command bandits in hundreds, the like of Ali Kawaji, the like of Damina, the like of Sani Dangote, the like of Modi Modi, the like of Isiaku Baderi. We can go on and on.
I would like to know what are the strategies that are put in place to address the problems of inequality, poverty, unemployment that are all associated to the insecurity in Zamfara State.
I can say that when I look at the global picture, when you are discussing security and the equipments for security, you have to also look at the national budget and the national priorities. And security is an all-encompassing. You don't look at the budget only Ministry of Defense. You have to look at the budget of all the security agencies to put together. You also have to look at the budgets of the service delivery centers. That is humanitarian affairs, education, health, because they constitute support to everlasting security. When citizens are happy, when citizens are free from want, they don't tend to engage in banditry or kidnapping. So I believe when you look holistically at the budget, the president has been generous in directly supporting us, and the support he gives for the welfare of the people through empowerment, through education, through road infrastructures and others. Because security is an all-encompassing. First of all, you have to make the life easier for the citizens.
Honorable Minister, sir, what measures are you taking to equip the armed forces to be able to confront the issue of banditry and kidnapping, particularly in a very difficult terrain like Niger State?
The first day I resumed, I mentioned to the services that whatever we procure, we have to have the knowledge of what they intend to do with it and what successes we're about to achieve with it. And that is happening now. Whatever we are buying, the kind of operation that we'll use it for, and the type of successes that we're expecting will be discussed. Secondly, the president signed the DICOM bill that empower us to produce locally what we need. And that is really have started showing good results. As about 50 companies, private companies, have indicated interest in defense equipment production. About 13 already have started working, And some of the factories have started running, and some will soon be commissioned out of the 13. And these remaining 37 are in different paces to start production of our own equipments. Once we can produce our equipments locally, I believe we will reduce whatever wastages that is there in international procurement. Junction, I have to thank Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for his magnanimity. If you will recall, there was even noise last year when the supplementary budget was done, and a lot of money was appropriated for defense, procurement, and welfare. And that has helped us to buy more equipments, modernize and remodel the ones that we're having. And it's still on process. And additionally, the 2024 budget also has supported the armed forces to really modernize and equip themselves. And that is why we are facing the challenge upfront. And also the budget has helped to look into the welfare of the servicemen in terms of training, accommodation. We are already equipping them adequately. So that gives them the morale to work harder. It's a morale booster, and they are at the high level of morale, and we will continue to keep them the high level of morale.
Can you tell us, Nigerians, what strategy, what efforts are you putting in place to ensure that your engagement in countering terrorism and banditry in the country is building trust among the locals in the country?
We had meeting with the governors, we have meeting with the clergies, we have meeting with traditional rulers, and we have meeting with civil society organizations. And do you know our formations in all where they are, they engage in community engagement and community service. So we have that project, and together we enlighten people, we enlighten the communities to take ownership. And together we have to work together to achieve the maximum security that we deserve.
Honorable Minister, my concern is about this perception of abuse of human rights of Nigerians by security personnel. As a background, you will appreciate the fact that our constitution starts by saying, we, the people of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, we are the entire essence of governance, of administration. Indeed, even your ministry is created for our sake, for our well-being, and for the upholding of our rights and privileges. So how do we intend to check the allegations of abuse of our fundamental rights, abuse of our liberties by security personnel?
The court-martial that is ongoing now, and if there are issues of violation, the present leadership of the armed forces of Nigeria will not leave one stone unturned. I believe you have heard it many times from the Chief of Defense Staff. And whatever human rights valuation that comes into fore, we always take it serious and work on it and make sure that we court-martial whoever officer is involved.
My Honorable Minister of Defense, with due respect, sir, which effort are you making in order to increase the number of security personnel, especially the armed forces, in order to tackle the security challenges we are facing nationwide, especially the spread of banditry in the Northwest?
As you have seen last year, we have improved our recruitment, and we are recruiting, and we will continue to recruit steadily, so that no country can fill in this situation, can fill in that gap. But we are doing our best to make sure we recruit enough that will help to manage the situation as it is.
What is the Minister of Defense doing to ensure that all these security agencies work together? What is he doing to ensure that they all compare and exchange security informations And also, what do they do to ensure that these things are implemented?
Whole society approach, the community support us with intelligence, and it's happening now, and other technological means that we deploy that I cannot say because it's giving out what we are doing. But the testimony is in what we have achieved. Most of the roads that have not been flown for months and years are open now, except from time to time the issue of IED on the roads, and which we are handling now. And the attacks of Boko Haram has reduced dramatically. And you can attest to that. You are from Biu. Or I can say you are from Borno State. So the situation has improved and will continue to improve until we end this thing. President's mandate is finish this thing and finish it now. So we are under pressure to finish this war, and we will finish this war with the committed and dedicated and experienced team that he assembled. The services, the CDS, the police, the civil defense, and the NSA. So the coordination is fantastic, and most of these commanders have been around in almost all these commands, all the services. And they know what we are talking, they know the problem, and they are dealing with it heads on. And the mandate I have is to end this thing, and by special grace of Allah, we will end it.
The state of nature, as described by Hobbes and Locke, saw the rise of states as an outcome of social contracts to recognize a sovereign power that could safeguard them from security threats. This is happening in Nigeria, as the portion of states dedicated to this job is being strengthened to ensure peace and protection from any internal or external aggression. All eyes remain on this vital sector for more results as the Ministry of Defense charts a new course for the armed forces to keep the peace and prosperity of the country for economic development. I'm Ayodeji Makinde. That's Reshaping Democracy. The program will be back same time next week. Bye-bye.